So I was watching House on Eden last night for the first time, and I have some thoughts on the movie. I'm eating gummy bears, so don't yell at me. But I would say it was a movie. I didn't know what to expect when it came down to it. I knew it was going to be like a found footage type of movie with a little bit of like horror in there and suspense and whatever. I think it was a good first attempt for the creators of it, which was Selena Spooky Boo, Chris Collins, and Jay, which I believe he was more of the filmer when it came to the movie, but he was also in it as a character also. I do like the fact that they were pretty much themselves in this movie. Besides Chris, really. She was more of like a, I guess, heightened version of herself in real life, which I liked. Sorry, I'm chewing a lot. But, first off, I like the idea of like a showing like the road trip to go to the places where they're going to like investigate and do all of their ghost stuff. I just wish it would have gotten to the actual place quicker. And I know and also if you don't want to hear spoilers, don't keep watching any of this. Go watch the movie first and then come back to this. But like, I wish it would have gotten to like the fork in the road a little quicker. Like going, because I know the story is they're going to a cemetery to investigate, but then Chris's character is driving to somewhere else called the House on Eden, and they go there instead. I wish it would have gotten to that point quicker in the movie, because there was just a lot of like vlog footage of them like packing, getting ready, and just a lot of random clips I feel like they should have cut out or put in different places maybe to make it work better. There wasn't like, I don't know, it didn't draw me in that much. It was like once they got to the house and weird shit started happening that I was like, okay, I can see where this movie's kind of going, which was like over almost an hour into the movie, and I was like, oh, this movie's almost over, and I'm like, okay, I'm just now getting into it, kind of, if that makes any sense. I wrote stuff down, so I'm looking over here, but oh yeah, I do believe that they should have dropped hints of like what the plot was, and maybe that Chris was kind of going to be a villain in the end. I wish they would have like dropped hints of that throughout the movie, but you don't really know what's happening until the last like 30 minutes, and I'm like, okay, because they show that one flashback of her going to they stopped at the gas station to get snacks early on in the movie, and I'm like, I would have loved to have like seen that scene, but maybe from a different angle, without who we think is Lilith at the gas station, the creepy old lady, like maybe a different perspective where we don't see her. Maybe they could have filmed it twice and done it to where we see Chris obviously ordering the snacks, and she walks past someone, but we don't see who it is, and all we hear is her say congratulations, and we kind of ignore it. And then if they redid it again, showing it from how we saw it in the movie, where we see the lady sitting in the like chair behind her, we could have seen those two perspectives maybe, like seen it once normal, like not seeing who she was or where she was, and then play it again like they did at the end of the movie, showing it again, and we actually see who she's talking to pretty much. I wish they would have maybe done that to maybe add like a little Easter egg of what was going to happen later on, maybe. I don't know. And I wish there was a little more like score in the movie as far as like music. Because like it was very chill, and then when it got to the creepy shit, there wasn't really something behind it making me sit there like freaking out. Like shit just happened, and I was like, okay. Like the scenes where we saw Lilith in the house, you just saw her standing there and hearing people freak out. There wasn't really like some sound behind it that I was like, oh, I should be worried. Like I wasn't really worried. I knew who the lady was by that point. She was just standing in the bedroom, just standing there, and no one could get in the bedroom anyways. There was just stuff like that where I was like, oh, I want them to add something to make it more impactful, I guess. And then I would have loved for them to add the, because I know the story with Jay, I don't know, I guess having feelings for Chris in this movie, and he just doesn't admit it at all. And it's the fact of I wish they would have dropped that a little earlier in the movie too, because we literally don't really know he has feelings for her until the scene when Selena and Jay go to the back to the forest to get the other camera that they put on the ground, and not Chris, Selena calls Jay out for pretty much having feelings for her. Like you don't really notice that until that scene because they flat out tell you. I wish they would have dropped that a little earlier, of like him being into her more. Maybe I don't know, like just something to like get us more like in love with all the characters because we don't really attach, or for me personally, I don't really attach to the characters in this movie. I think it's because I know them from the internet, and they weren't necessarily playing characters, if that makes sense. Because I already love them in the internet space, so it was like I already love them. I'm gonna watch this movie whether it's good or bad. I don't really care, but like I wish they would have given us more to attach to as far as the characters they're playing. I guess if that makes sense. To like make us like them more, so when the bad shit starts to happen, we like get worried more. I guess. Because I also want to know whose baby was Chris having. Was it Jay's? Because I know that would be really interesting if it was his, like if they slept together maybe once or something or whatever. Or are they trying to make it seem like it's Chris's husband's baby in real life? Like, are they connecting it to the real life aspect of it? Or whose baby was she having? As far as, that aspect, I guess. And the ending. I do love the like second half of the movie because when it picked up finally. Like Jay went to go smoke, he disappears. Then Chris and Selena film by themselves, and they get separated, and then we see Selena in the chair. That one scene, like ripping her skin off. All that shit was interesting. It was just the very end when you see Chris go to the fire pit in that one area that they went to at the beginning of the movie. That I was like, what is this meaning to me? Like they're having like a something, I guess, because I assumed Lilith is now in her body. Excuse me, because Chris was in the attic before that, and the lady, she was fully nude, doing some sort of something over Chris's body. And then when she does it, her body falls to the ground, and Chris's body gets up and goes to that thing. And I'm like, okay, so Lilith is now in her body. I guess having the baby that's Chris's. That I understood. It was just the whole. What was the point of going to that fire pit with all those other people? I assume the whole town is crazy because there was a lot of people around. So I assume everyone knows that the Lilith thing happens at that specific place. So that could be what it is. That it's the whole town that's crazy. It's not just that house, I guess. I wish they would have shown that scene more, I guess. Not really from the found footage perspective, because we saw that, but like, I don't know. At multiple camera angles maybe, showing more of the actual, what do you call it? The actual, like, ritual itself, I guess. To explain more what's happening, because all we saw were, like, flashes of Jay and Selena on the ground, I guess, gone. So I'm like, okay, they're not here anymore. Okay, that's good to know. I mean, and I don't know if they filmed it or not. I wish they would have shown more of Jay being, like, taken. Because all we heard was him screaming in the distance. I'm like, I wish we would have seen him actually be attacked by something. That would have been interesting. Because I feel like we're kind of made to, like, forget about his character a lot in this movie. I don't know if that was for a reason, because Chris is kind of just shitting on him the whole time. So you're kind of just like, okay, he's just the film guy, whatever. He's just there. I wish they would have let us like Jay a little more in the movie. Like, I would have been more scared if we saw him be taken, but we really didn't. We just saw him walk past the porch, and then he gets attacked by something, and we don't know what it is because they don't show it anymore. That would have been fun. But yeah, overall, it was a movie. I would say it was like good or bad. Sorry, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, it was a good first attempt as far as like making something that's not necessarily new, but like has a new take on something old, I guess, if that makes sense, like the found footage movie. I like the connection of like taking something that's like a new idea, but adding something old to ground it. I like that. I'm not because I'm not really a fan of found footage movies. I think that's just a visual thing for me. I hated the scene of what was it? I want to say it was Chris running around the house looking for Selena when they woke up the next day, like passed out on the floor. She was running and that camera was just doing this, and I was like, this is why I don't like these movies. Because I'm literally like, okay, I can't look at this. Like, those scenes, I was like, I like the scenes where like it was casually just walking and doing this. When it does this, that's where I clock out. But if I had to rate the movie, I wouldn't necessarily rate it too low or too high. It kind of is right in the middle because I feel like there could have been extra scenes added before and like at the end. Pretty much the beginning and the end because the middle was nice. Like they finally like got to where they needed to go and we saw them walk through the forest. That part was okay. It was the before that where they needed to set up what was going to happen at the end for it to make sense. I think that's where their issue lies in this movie. They needed to film some stuff in the beginning to make us understand what happens at the end, if that makes sense. Like do something with Lilith or make Chris seem a little more sketchy, show Jay being into Chris a little more, that kind of thing. Because I caught on to Chris being pregnant when she puked in the bathroom in the house. I was like, okay, they're making her pregnant. And the Lilith thing kind of made sense once I saw that over the bedroom door. I was like, okay, now I know where I'm at. But it shouldn't take me being pretty much almost at the end of the movie at the house, seeing the name Lilith and her puking for me to understand that then. Something should happen before, maybe, for me to pick up that when I see that later, that I know to connect it to what I saw earlier, if that makes sense. If you catch what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know. They could have showed that Chris was, I don't know, feeling a little nauseous or something. Like, something as tiny as saying, like, she's nauseous or something to, like, understand, like, oh, she might be pregnant. But, like, they didn't really do that. And then maybe she could have said something in the drive to, the cemetery, and then when it transfers to the house. That scene where it's filmed behind Chris and she's talking to them outside the van. She could have said, yeah, I've done research and dropped something about like the Lilith story, like right there. But no, she really didn't. She just said that she wanted to try something new and not find a place and do the research. She just wanted to go to a place and see what happens. I wish they would have dropped something, or even Sam and Colby, because they're in like the scene right after that where they like FaceTime them. Sam and Colby could have dropped something. I don't know. Even though they're not supposed to know where the place is, I don't know. I just some Easter eggs should have been dropped early on to connect to the end, to make us understand what it's about more. I think is where their issue was. I get it was just filmed with those three people, and that's what this movie is. Which was great from my perspective because I love all three. All three of them, Jay, Chris, and Selena. I love all of them. I just think there needed to be more clues to keep my mind wondering what's happening the whole time. Because at the beginning I was like, okay, what is this movie going to be? And then when it got to Chris shifting gears, I was like, okay, I don't trust her for just all of a sudden twisting and changing gears on the other two. That's a little shady. First of all. And then she just starts shitting on them both, and I was like, oh, she is leaning towards the villain. Okay, got it. Or maybe not villain, just one of those characters that's good or evil. We don't know what she's really up to, kind of storylines. So I was like, okay, they're going to this new house. Got it. And then just they start hearing sounds and shit happening and whatever. And then they wake up, and I was like, oh, they said they were going to the van, but yet they're in the house and the floor passed out. That's weird. So like that's when I started to question the movie more. Was then I didn't really question until they got to the house, really, which I should be questioning the whole time, not necessarily when they get to where they're going, I guess. Yeah, I would rate this movie like a 5, because it's not too good or too bad. It's just kind of there, because I see where they could have improved on a lot of things. And if they did make a sequel, I don't know what that would look like. I would be interested to watch it, though. It'd be interesting if it was like a... I don't know if it would be a sequel, per se, but it would be interesting if Selena and Jay weren't actually gone at the end of the movie. And maybe they did a road trip back home. And that's where the movie shifts in a way. And Lilith is still it, like, as Chris. Like, she's playing Lilith. Like, that could be the new character she plays. She's still pregnant, whatever. But they drive back home, maybe? And maybe there's another, like, ritual that they're supposed to do or something. I don't know. But they could drive back to, I guess, it could be Texas, because that's where Chris lives now. I also live there. Hey. But, like, she could go back to Texas or Canada, where Selena lives. I don't know. They could just road trip or something, or even do, like, just a traveling scenes. Maybe they're going on planes and being sketchy in, like, the bathroom when they're on certain planes, or just something else. Like, pretty much do it again, but in a better way. They could road trip again, just for a purpose, I guess. Like, Jay and Selena could be acting more like zombies in a weird way. Because obviously they're supposed to be gone. You know what I mean? I don't know. There could just be something interesting if there's another ritual that needs to be, like, happen, I guess. Or they could just make a completely different movie that doesn't connect to this one at all, which I would also watch. Yeah, y'all should definitely go watch this movie. I watched it on Shudder. I believe you can watch it on everything as far as platforms, I think. I know you can rent and buy it on Google Play and probably Apple, I assume. I don't know. I just watched it on Shudder because I got a free trial on it, so that's where I watched it. Yeah, Chris, Selena, and Jay, y'all definitely have something good that you worked on. Just, I want to see what y'all can do with the more opportunities that you get with creating something like this. Because I would love to see maybe even more characters involved. Maybe even people from y'all's, like, all the communities together on social media. Like, I don't know, hire extras that are, like, have been followers for years or whatever to be, like, in the background or something in future projects. Me, yeah, that would be awesome. That'd be really fun. Because, I mean, I am in Texas currently, so, I mean, if y'all film something in Texas, that'd be cool as hell. But yeah, it would be really fun to just be in future projects that y'all create in the future. As far as even movies, even future series y'all do in the future, whether that be on a platform or YouTube still, like what y'all been doing always. But yeah, go check out this movie. It's worth the watch. Just don't expect really anything good or bad. Just watch it. I feel like that's where your expectations need to be. Don't expect anything too good or too bad. It's just a movie, I guess. Because I'm trying not to make it sound like it's a bad movie, because it's not. But it's just a movie. I feel like it's more for the movie, like, it's more for the people that love them as internet people. Like, that's who they made this for. Because literally, they didn't expect this movie to be picked up by anything, like be in theaters or Shudder or nothing. They didn't expect that. They were going to make this and put it on YouTube originally. Like, that's where it was going to go. And then they got picked up by other things and it changed. So I'm like, just expect it from the love of watching them for, like on the internet for years. Don't expect anything else, because you'll love it just from that aspect of it. Now, me, I'm a person that loves TV and film and all that, and I love just like I love letting my brain work of like, oh, they could have put a scene here or got rid of this or added music here to make it, you know. But yeah, I could talk forever. Yeah, y'all should definitely go check out House on Eden. I watch it on Shudder. Y'all watch it wherever you can watch it. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Bye.